break down the results from the Tuesday election here with Mercyhurst University political analyst Dr. Joe Morris. And Joe, before we jump into the New York City mayoral race, I want to talk about that statewide judicial retention vote. We had a lot of money spent on that, a lot of focus spent on that from both the Republicans and Democrats. Typically a mundane thing, judicial retention, but yeah, all three justices retained.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal. We have to remember that these justices were part of the decisions related to COVID and also the 2020 election, and they didn't rule in Donald Trump's favor. So there was some question about whether they would be retained by Pennsylvania voters, and as a result, more than $15 million flowing in from national and state groups, and they managed to pull it off.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's head to New York City, where that race got so much attention. Romar Mandami, winning basically, but also making a statement to President Trump, telling him, turn the volume up on what New York City voters were saying, basically.
Yeah, I mean, this was a really interesting race that I think the Democrats obviously are excited to win, but entirely expected to win. I mean, this is New York City. They're going to elect a Democrat in all likelihood. But what the Democrats, I think, have to be worried about is that he's a self-proclaimed democratic socialist who believes all sorts of things that we usually associate with the far left of the Democratic Party. And I think Democrats at this point are kind of scratching their head. What does this mean for us as a party as we try and communicate our message to the nation? All
right, last election, obviously, a success for the Republican Party. This time around, Democrats seemingly, claiming a lot of victories. What do we make out of it? What are the voters saying, and what are the exit polls saying that voters, were basing their decisions on?
Yeah, this is, I think most people agree that this was a repudiation of Donald Trump. This was voters expressing a real concern about the state of the nation, which, I mean, in fact, we do have a lot to worry about right now. We have U.S. warships off the coast of Venezuela. We have a government shutdown. We have an economy that is struggling and certain demographics that are struggling a lot. So I think voters are uneasy, and this is something that I think Republicans need to be concerned about going into midterm elections.
All right, Dr. Joe Morris, I know you'll keep us as informed and as educated as possible. We certainly appreciate your appearance here this morning. Coming up.